The first vlog, man. Feeling a lot better, man. I was under the weather the last few days. I was able to do the podcast with the fellas this past Sunday. I hope y'all was able to tap in. If not, man, y'all could definitely double back and tap into that. Yeah, we back live. As I was saying, Sunday, I wasn't able to do my little live drive that I've been on part of my daily routine and whatnot. I want to talk about Natalia put on Tim Zoo. I personally think that Metaliev is that guy at 154 right now. You know what I mean? Everybody might not have thought that he was a two-handed puncher before that fight. Like most people probably considered him a right-handed guy, and obviously we know that from Tim Zoo being a right-handed puncher that it might have been, right hand against right hand, but they underestimated that left hook from Metaliev, and he put the smack on the bull. So that being said, though, I think that Crawford might avoid this dude, bro. Like he avoided Boots at 147, he might avoid this dude at 154. You know what I mean? Crawford might actually probably take that opportunity with the Conor McGregor situation. You know what I mean? In all actuality, that's a probably a very cashable situation. Very, it makes sense at the end of your career. Kind of some exhibition type situation where it won't fall on his record or anything like that. But just for the fans, just for the kicks of it. You know what I mean? Had the pocketbook, so to speak. So I think that's definitely something that he might be little wrestling training situations. He was getting it in on the mat, and throughout his career, he's been talked about as being a very strong dude core wise, and that core wrestling thing that's just a part. A very physical guy, so I don't see why that wouldn't be an opportunity for him. But really, what I wanted to talk about with this here live for the drive situation that we on right now is I want to talk about fight of the year, man. I mean, this fight of the year situation, it might look like it's easy when we coming to the end of the year and we having some of these big fights going on. This Beterbiev Bivol situation that was solid fight, definitely fight of the year candidate. But you can't remember we had some great fights earlier. The Floyd Odebek fight from like in March, that was outstanding bout. And then Ford came back against Nick Ball. He lost the match, but still another match we can't forget about being a fight of the year candidate. You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about this fight of the year, we can't just look at you got to look back at Joyce and Joyce. Chisora and Joyce. Another fight of the year. You can't overlook because it wasn't a title on the line. Situations like that, people think, oh well, it didn't matter as far as the outcome of boxing. But when we talk about what the fans liked and what the fans remember, you gotta remember some of them fights. So I mean, the end of the year is gonna be outstanding. We got this featherweight situation about to iron itself out with the rematches with Ramirez and Espinoza, and then Fulton and Figueroa too. So a lot of these situations is coming to a boil, which add to fight of the year, no doubt. But some of the March fights, you gotta remember the Bam knockout from like August. These can't be overlooked when people are when the real voters, I guess the writers, they start doing their votes. They definitely cannot forget about some of these fights. It's a few lists out there right now. Some of them I agree with, disagree with. I've heard that the Cumbie Plant fight is up for fight of the year, which kind of makes no sense to me. It actually wasn't an outstanding bout. To me, Cumbie wasn't a real boxer. Like, that's no cap on him. I'm not throwing no shade to him, but he wasn't like a real contender in this game, even with that donut on his record coming into that fight. He's a dude that had cheated and all of that before, so I don't know. But my question though, really, can the Haney Garcia fight be considered fight of the year? That's I really want to know that. Like, y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, drop it in the live chat or whatever. Like, I really want to know, can that be considered fight of the year, even though it was a no contest? And I mean, it was a good fight. Haney, didn't come out for on the best side of it as far as getting knocked down and things like that. But in all, it was a good fight. You know what I mean? So Haney definitely tried to come back. You know what I mean? He tried to weather the storm, and you got to give him kudos for that. So that being said, though, can it be considered fight of the year? You know what I mean? Because it was a no contest, but we saw it. It happened in front of us. You know what I mean? We know the results. So it's just a question of, will they vote for it? I've seen it, like I said, I've seen it on a couple of lists. Is it on my list? I don't know. I've questioned that shit myself. Like, it was a good fight. You know, Haney seemed like he was in control early. Then, obviously Ryan saw that opening for that left hook and he took advantage of it. So, I mean, shout out to them for trying to set it up the way they said they tried to set it up or whatever. I got to try to get them some kind of kudos for having some half of intelligence in when it comes to this boxing. But I really question it. Can it be a fight of the year? Like I said, I've seen it on some lists. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But again, like I was saying, fight of the year is not an easy pick for 2024. That's no doubt. You have a bunch of rematches. You had that early Wardley Clark. That first one happened in like March or something. You can't forget if that was a back and forth contest. We know what just happened here recently, but the first one, can you knock it because of what happened in the second fight? Like, you forget about the way they went back and forth. It was a close match. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I ask, I talk about it because, that's what's on my boxing mind. So I definitely have to make my list up. My list will probably be compatible with some of these other lists personally that's out here from the professional end, from a lot of these vlog sites, Tapology, obviously ESPN. What I saw from ESPN, I definitely questioned. They had Canelo and Berlanga on their list at number 5. Was that really a top 5 fight of 2024? And we still got other fights to go. So how could you even put that up there just yet when it wasn't an undisputed situation? Was it his best opponent? I don't know. You know what I mean? You had that, like I said, you got that Puerto Rican Mexican kind of rivalry in boxing. Did it really hold the weight to what we've seen in the past from that clash between the two groups? So I don't know, bro. I don't think it was fight of the year, no doubt. I put that on a level of a Plant McCumbee type of fight. It happened. It just was a fight that happened. I don't think it mattered on the overall scale of boxing. So I disagree with ESPN with that one. They had some other good fights when they obviously had Madrigal and Crawford on there, another fight of the year candidate. Close fight, could have been a draw. Madrigal could have pulled it off. Obviously, we know they gave it to Crawford. So that being said, man, it just coming to the end of the year. We only got a couple months left. We towards the end of October now. So November, December, you gotta have your list out. Who gonna be on there? What you know what I mean? It's gonna be hard to even, I guess, put numbers by your own fights. You might pick fights from your own, you know what I mean, that ones that you tapped in, paid for, pay-per-views or whatever type of situation, and then you'll make your list and you like, dang, where do I actually put the numbers at for these fights? So 2024 is definitely going to be a difficult time to have a precise list and have a list that's like, yo, unquestionable. No doubt about it. All of these, and that's in general anyway. You can kind of question any greatest list or top 5 list, blah blah blah. But just because this year happened to be so good, it's a few knockout of the year joints that could actually still fit in fight of the year candidates. So you know what I mean? Because you look at that situation with just the Tank, the boy Tank just fought. That was a good fight up until the knockout. It actually was a good fight. It reminded me of the Barrios Tank fight. Like, it was a good fight up until the knockout. So, like, can you have fight of the year like that even though you have a KO at the end of it? And a KO that's on the list for knockout of the year. So, I'm just asking questions, spitballing, you know what I mean? So, y'all tell me what y'all think in that comment section, man. This traffic out here getting kind of wicked. The sun is glaring on your OG right now. So, I want to get my head in this game and, definitely get y'all comments, man, and I'm gonna double back and see what y'all talking about, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. I'm gone.